A very good evening everyone. Welcome to IAS with Arihant. Student, as you know कि every day at 9 p.m. we are doing the Prelims possible series, and this session is especially for the Indian polity. Okay, I hope I'm audible as well and visible to you. And this is the 13th lecture, and today we are going to discuss one of the most important topic, that is article based question, and that was previously asked by the examination. And this session is totally based on this book that is called as Prelims Possible, and other subject books also available for the Prelims Possible series students. One very important thing, this session is going to be very beneficial for the students, those who are preparing for UPSC IAS examination, as well as those who are preparing for any state public service commission students. Okay, so this book contains lots of information, as well as this book has lots of feature. I'm going to just share one by one. If you see, this book is divided into chapters, and that chapter is also divided into topics. Okay, so there's a topical mind map. So topics has a mind map that is going to help you in the opting or you solving the MCQs or while writing in the answer students. Okay, this is 100% error free. Okay, as well as the explanation are means it is very explicitly arranged, so it is going to help you a lot in your future examination. There is a knowledge plus for the typical question, as well as 3500 plus PYQ bullets. Okay, so this PYQ bullets in you can say it is in one line format, so it is going to help you a lot. If you see, this is the PYQ bullets, it will help you a lot for your examination students. So you must go with the book, and today we are going to start with the chapter that is Article of Indian Constitution. So see, why we are discussing these things, because it is going to be part of your examination students, okay, in coming days. Okay, so this is very simple. You must understand what type of things, what type of concept they are going to ask in the examination. And extremely sorry students, I am not able to write much because of this injury, but yes, I will try to give the best concept. Means I will write, but little less, not 100%, yes, 99% you can say. Maybe the writing is going to be wrong, so don't say ki, sir, it is wrong. Okay, I hope it is okay everyone. So this is very simple, and we are going to discuss some important article of Indian Constitution. But before that students, you already know ki initially in our Indian Constitution there was some article, there was some part, as well as there was some schedule. Okay, so if we talk about initially, there was 395 articles. Okay, we have 22 parts in Indian Constitution. Initially we have 8 schedules. Okay, but as you know today also we have 395 article only, but some sub article is added, so the number is raised to 470 plus. But once again, I'm just making it clear, the article is 395 only. Okay, if we go by the number, it is 395 only, but some sub article added. Like if we talk about Article 51, clause A is added, so this is one additional article. Okay, so just try to remember, we have 395 article, but if we are going to include the sub article, the number is going to increase, and it is 470. If we talk about the parts of Indian Constitution students, initially we have 22 parts, but as you know, some sub part added, and now the number is raised to 25. I hope it is easy visible to you. After that students, if we talk about the schedule of Indian Constitution, initially we have 8 schedule, but now we have 12 schedule of Indian Constitution. So these are some important fact and data students that you need to remember for the examination. I'm going to share some important article detail, and it is a mind map of the topic that is Article of Indian Constitution. And we'll start with the first article students. If we talk about the first article of Indian Constitution, it is mentioning about the name and territory of the Union. Basically it is called as India, that is Bharat, shall be the union of state. Okay, Article 2 is about the accession or establishment of new state. Article 3 mentioning about the formation of a new state, alteration of territory or boundaries, or name of existing state. So it is about the existing state, and it is about the new state, that is maybe it is going, maybe there is an annexation or accession, or maybe there is some outer territory going to merge with the Indian territory. So this is one point, students. Article 5 to 11 is about the citizenship, and there are some provision also. Okay, Article 12 to 35, as you know, it is about the fundamental right. So there are some important fundamental rights we already included here, like Article number 14, that is equality before law and equal protection of law. Article number 16, equality of opportunity in the matter of public employment. 17 is about the abolition of untouchability. 18 is about the abolition of titles. 19, protection of certain right regarding speech, freedom, expression. These type of things are there, and there are some sub part also, students. Okay, so you need to remember each and every in a very detailed format. After that, students, if we talk about Article 20 is also there. Article 20 is about the protection in respect of conviction for offense. Okay, so there is a three type of protection. Okay, no double jeopardy. Okay, no self incrimination. Along with that, students, basically sometime it is happening कि let's suppose some person, let's suppose, committed any crime today, not crime, committed any act today, and it is not considered as crime in the today's date, it will be not a crime. Okay, let's suppose tomorrow Parliament going to create a legislation on the same, and legislation, let's suppose it is created on 2nd of March, and any activity was done on 2nd of February, or maybe it is 1st of March. So at that time when this law was implemented, before that crime was committed, so that crime is not going to be executed. It is called as no ex post facto. I hope you are able to understand. So we are going to discuss that also. Article 21 is about the protection of life and personal liberties. Article 21 clause A, it was added by students 86th Constitutional Amendment Act. Okay, it is about the right to education, students. Okay, Article 22 is about the protection against arrest and detention in certain cases, and Article 23 is about the, basically it is Article 23 and 24 is connected with the basically prohibition against exploitation. Okay, so it is your right. Okay, so protection against any exploitation, it is your right. So Article 23 is about the human trafficking and forced labor. Article 24 is about the prohibition of employment of children in hazardous factories. Okay, Article 29 is connected with the protection of interest of minorities. 40 is organization of village panchayat. 41 is connected with the right to work, to education, and to public assistance in certain cases. Okay, and Article 43 clause A is about the participation of worker in the management and industries. It was added by 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act 1976, students. Article 44 is very important. It is about the Uniform Civil Code. Means, as you know, students, every state has different type of civil rules, so that create lots of diversity in the legislative matter also, as well as in the cases also, and it is a burden for the court, okay, as well as the judiciary. So in that case, students, if you are going to create a single law for everyone, it means that it is going to helpful, it is easy to understand, and judgment is also going to be easy. So this is basically the part of the Uniform Civil Code. I hope it is okay. So Article 45 is here. That is about the prohibition for free compulsory education for the children below the age 16 to 14. Okay. Article 51, that is about the promotion of international peace and security. Article 51 clause A is also there. 51 clauses is about the fundamental duties. Okay, fundamental duties. It is also important article, students. Sometime they ask question on the same, students. If we talk about the Article 52, that is mentioning about the President of India. Article 53, executive power of President. Article 54 about the election of President, students. And then the procedure of impeachment. See, very important and interesting thing. Article 56 of Indian Constitution, it is mentioning about the term of president students, and there is a provision ki how this vacancy can arise. So there is for the first time impeachment word used here in article 56, but in reality students what you find basically whenever they ask, they are more concerned with the procedure. So article 61, the procedure for impeachment of president is going to be correct. Okay, article 63 about the vice president of India, and as you know this post we derive from USA students. Okay, article 66 is about the election of vice president, 76 about the attorney general of India. Lots of articles are there, like article 74 is here, and article 74 is connected with the council of minister plus prime minister students. Okay, article 76 basically attorney general of India, 79 about the constitution of parliament. Okay, or it is simply mentioning about the parliament. As you know students, parliament is consist of Lok Sabha plus Rajya Sabha plus president of India students. Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha and president of India, basically they are the part of the parliament. I hope you are able to understand. Article 80 is about the composition of Rajya Sabha. Okay, article 81 basically about the composition of Lok Sabha, 83 duration of house of parliament, and article 110 we have, it is mentioning about the money bill students. And then if you see, there is another very important article 112, that is about the budget, or it is simply in constitutional language it is called as annual financial statement. Article 117, it is of finance bill. See here students, 110 it is also connected with the finance, it is called as money bill, and article 117 is also called as finance bill. Article 123, it is about the promulgation of ordinance by President of India, and this ordinance can be created students only when, let's suppose, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, or simply you can say if parliament is not in session and any urgent law required, at that time president has power of basically parliament. They can create, they can legislate, they can issue ordinance on that matter, and they can create any ordinance students. But the life of the ordinance is for 6 weeks maximum or 6 months. What is 6 weeks? Let's suppose it was issued on 2nd of March. I'm just taking an hypothetical date. So the life of this ordinance will be for 6 months. So it is going to be 2nd of August, let's suppose. Okay, August. And in that case students, it is about 6 months. And let's suppose on 3rd of March basically parliament session started. So from the 3rd of March, within 6 weeks it need to be passed. Okay, from the day of meeting of first meeting of parliament. So this is also important, sometime 6 weeks or 6 months. Okay, 124 is about the establishment of Supreme Court. There is a provision for the High Court judges and all, it is also included here. Article 143 is about the power of President to consult Supreme Court. Okay, Article 148, it is about the Comptroller and Auditor General of India. Article 154, executive power of governor. 165, Advocate General of State students, it is a constitutional body. As you find AGI, Attorney General of India, in the center, in the same format Advocate General of State in the state students. Article 214 is about the High Court of State. 226, power of High Court to issue writs. Even Supreme Court also issue writs under Article 32 of Indian Constitution for the protection of fundamental rights students. I hope you are able to connect it. Now Article 243 is about the Panchayat, and 243A is about the Gram Sabha. 243 about the constitution of Panchayat students. If we talk about here, Article 243C, composition of Panchayat. Okay, and Article 243, reservation of seats, very important. As you know, in some state there is the reservation is 50% for women, like in Bihar. Okay, and in the some state students it is 1/3. Okay, If we talk about 143 clause 3, it is about the duration of panchayat, that is for 5 years. Okay. 243J, audit of account of panchayat. 243K, election of panchayat, very important for the examination. And 275, it is connected with the grant from union to certain state in special condition students. Okay. Article 280 is about the finance commission. Article 312 is about the all India service. 315 about the public service commission, union and as well as state students. Okay. 320 function of UPSC. 324 election commission students. And now this is about the some outline as well as some important article of Indian Constitution. Now we are going to discuss MCQs as well as we will do the detailed analysis. And student, as we already discussed, this book contains lots of information. There is each and every question is defined and they are explained in a very better way. So you must go with the same students. I hope you all able to understand. Now we are going to start with this. Okay, if you see first question on your screen, Indian Constitution is consist of 300 article, it is consist of 350 article or more than 400 article or 500 article students. So this is Bihar PSC pre-question 1997, and as I already told you students, when Constitution was implemented on 26th of January 1950, and if we talk about the today's Constitution, today is 2nd of March 2024. So what you see, this is original Constitution. At that time our Constitution has some number of part, there are some number of article as well as there are some number of schedule students. So part, if we talk about the part students, basically on 26th of January 1950 we have 22 parts. Okay, even we have 22 parts today also, but there are some sub part added, so now the number rise to 25. If we talk about the article of Indian Constitution students, so initially we have 395 articles. Even today we have 395 articles plus some sub articles added, so the number rise to 470 plus. Getting it? In the same format students, if we talk about schedule, so the number of schedule initially was 8, but as we already discussed, the number of schedule rises to 12 students because some separate provision was added at that time. So if we go with the options, so it is mentioning that more than 400 articles. See, always we need to respond according to the question. So if you see, and including option also, so what you find students, there are 300 articles. It is not going to be correct because it is below than 395. If 395 is there, then we are going to choose that. Otherwise we are going to choose that more than 400 article students. Getting it? If you feel doubt, just tell me. So we are going to discuss explanation here. The Indian Constitution consists of more than 400 plus article. Okay, currently our Constitution consists about 470 article students. Each set of article cover important part of the Constitution, including legislation or legislature, executive, schedule, parts of Constitution, constitutional body, statutory body, as well as fundamental right, DPSP, lots of things are there. We already discussed about the same thing when we are discussing about the part of Indian Constitution. I hope you all getting it. So there were originally how many articles in the Constitution of India? So originally how many articles we have? It is 420, it is 380, it is 395, or it is 270. So this is from the Uttarakhand, okay, 2007 question paper. As you know, at that time Uttarakhand was created, but at that time in 2007 it was called as Uttaranchal, okay, because the name was modified in 2008. Okay, so this is also one thing, just try to remember for the same. So what is going to be the right answer students? We have 395 article in our original Constitution students. Now we have 470 plus articles, 25 part and 12 schedule of Indian Constitution students. Until the time students we modified our Indian Constitution 105 5 times, and 105th amendment was done recently. Okay, so this is also important, just try to remember. Now if you see the third question, the total number of articles and schedule in the constitution, calculation or numbering wise is. It is from the Jammu Kashmir PSC pre 2007. Total number of article, schedule in constitution, calculation or number wise. If they are asking about the number wise, so if you see the option, students, so you need to react according to that. 390 article 5 schedule, you will say no sir. 395 article 12 schedule, you will say yes sir. 395 article initially we have and 12 schedule we have. Okay, 395 article 10 schedule, not correct. 444 article and 12 schedule. See, we can go for this, but as we already discussed, the number, they are asking about the number. Okay, so the most appropriate, if we are going to choose from the same, the most appropriate will be option B. But depending on the examination, depending on the need of the examination students, the option is not mentioned here. Sometime, as you know, it is according to the state examiner also, means basically about the commission. I am discussing about the commission, I am mentioning about the commission. Sometime, let's suppose we are going to choose some answer as a right answer, but commission is not saying it is correct or not, what. Okay, so that's why I am just sharing with you कि whenever you get these type of question, just go what commission mentioned. Okay, getting it? It's okay. So now if you move further, now which of the following is not a part of Article 20 of the Constitution of India, students? Okay, see, Article 20 of Indian Constitution is mentioning about protection in respect of conviction of some offences. Okay, so there is a 3 type of things. One, double jeopardy clause. So double jeopardy means a person cannot be convicted if he or she got punishment and he completed the punishment given by a judiciary. Okay, so once again he returned back, he started living normal life, he cannot be convicted for the same offense once again. If you are going to commit crime once again, he is going to be arrested. So this is correct one. Ex post facto law. What is ex post facto? So as I told you, students, let's suppose any activity you did today and there is no law for that, and after 1 week the parliament created a law from the 10th of March and it was implemented on 10th of March, then you committed crime, means you committed an activity, it is 7 days earlier, so you are not going to be punished. So no ex post facto. A person can only be convicted, can only be punished if he or she going to break any rule or law. Okay, so prohibition against self-incrimination, so this is also included there. A person cannot be forced to accept or to give basically evidences against himself. Okay, so this is one thing, protection against self-incrimination. So these all 3 are correct, but this option D is incorrect. So prohibition against torture, so torturing word is not mentioned there. Okay, getting it? So option D is going to write for the question number 4. Okay everyone, so if you see, the prohibition against the torture is not part in Article 20 of Indian Constitution, and 20 grants protection against the arbitrary and excessive punishment to an accused person, whether the citizen or a foreigner or a legal person like a company, corporation. It contains 3 provisions: no ex post facto law, no double jeopardy, and no self-incrimination in the direction, students. Getting it? Any doubt? You guys can write in the comment box also. Now, which article of the Constitution of India safeguards one's right to marry the person of own choice? So student, as you all have a right, a fundamental right, you have privacy, you have personal liberty, you can live anywhere, you can marry with anyone, you can love with anyone. Okay, so where it is mentioned in the Constitution ki right to marry, and this was the question of UPSC also as well as UPPSC also. So it is basically included under the protection of life and personal liberty. So it is your personal liberties. It is under Article 21 of Indian Constitution, students. 29 is about the, there is a certain, it is about the, you can say freedom and expression. 29 is connected with the freedom of religion. Okay, and sorry, 29 is connected with the protection of interest of minorities. So what you see, option B is going to be correct for the same, students. I hope you all getting it. Very simple, very easy, just try to remember. Now Article 21 of the Constitution of India safeguard one's right to marry the person one's choice. As per Article 21, no person shall be deprived of his life, personal liberty, except according to procedure established by law. So the Supreme Court in Safin Jahan versus Ashok KM 2018 case upheld that a right to marry a person of own choice is a part of Article 21. Okay, means it is your liberty. So this is also important. Sometimes they're asking cases also. So Safin Jahan versus Ashok KM case. Okay, getting it? Just remember. Now we have the sixth question here. Which article provide a free and compulsory education for all children of age 6 to 14 years? So where it is mentioned कि we are going to provide the free and compulsory education. This was recently asked by Mizoram PSC students. Article 19, 21A, 29 or 30 students. If you see, students, our constitution has certain amendment. 86th Constitutional Amendment Act 2002. So according to this amendment, two major provision was modified. The modification was taken at three places about the education, but the two major one Article 21A was added, Article 51 Clause A, subclause K was added. Article 21A is connected with the fundamental right, students, and that was a right to education. It is about the right to education. Article 51 Clause A is connected with the fundamental duties, and it is about the duty to education. Duty to education. So these are few important points that you need to remember. A right to education, duty to education. These are the two provisions that was added by 86th Constitutional Amendment Act year 2002, students. I hope you all able to understand. And these all questions and their explanation is mentioned under this book. That's why I'm telling you this book is one of your means. It is going to be a part of your successful journey. Why I'm telling you successful journey? Once you read this book, you'll find that your concept is going to be easy. Okay, so that's why you must go with this book. It will be helpful for your students. I hope you all getting it. Great to everyone. So Article 21A is here, so automatically B is going to right answer for the same. Okay, so see, this book contain explanation also. Article 21 Clause A provide for free and compulsory education for all children of age 6 to 14 years. 86th Constitutional Amendment Act in year 2002 provide right to education as fundamental right in part 3 of the Indian Constitution, and same amendment also inserted the basically this Article 21A, which made right to education as a fundamental right. Okay, and for the students or children below the age of 14 and more than 6, so 6 to 14 year cap is here. Okay everyone, so right to education to serve a building block to ensure that every child has his or her right to get the equality of elementary education, students. Getting it? Easy everyone? Okay, so if you have doubt, just discuss with me. Now, which of the following article was inserted by 42nd Constitutional Amendment to provide the participation of worker in management, students? Participation of workers in management. Okay, Article 38, 39 Clause A, 45 or 43A. So they mentioned here 40, basically participation of worker in management. Along with that, they are discussing about the 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act. So if you see this Article 39 Clause A, it is about the free legal aid, and it was added by 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act. So option B is not going to be correct. Why? Because it is about the free legal aid. Now Article 38 is here. It is about the social and economical justice. Okay. Article 45, that is for the early childhood care as well as education of the students between the age of 6 to 14. Article 43A was added by 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act, students, 1976. And what you see, students, this is about the participation of workers in management. Okay, so participation of worker in management. So see, this was added by 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act 1976, students. I hope you all able to understand it. If you feel doubt, any difficulties, just speak with me. Okay, so we added here Article 43A was inserted by 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act 1976 to provide for participation of worker in management. Why it is important, students? Let's suppose there are a company. So this is a company, and here 700 workers are doing their work, and there is a management body. In management body, 20 persons are there, and they are making a regulation, they are providing rights to these workers, and they are not participating in company. If they are not belonging to same group, now there is no say of these people, so they can't demand, they can't put their effort, they can't give advice, and in that way, students, there will be a management body, there will be a worker body, and the things is not going to be good. So for that purpose, it says that you must include some management, means some from the same labor union, from the same worker in your management part, so the communication can be easy, as well as work is also, means you must know the condition of work, and it is only the data can provided by the laborers, students, or the workers. So that's why it says that you must take the input of the workers, and you must include under the part of management. Okay, so as per this article, the state shall take a step by suitable legislation or by any other way to secure the participation of worker in management of undertaking, establishment, or other organization engaged in any industries, student. That's why you say there is a labor union, there is a trade union. Okay, so this is one thing. Now, how many numbers demand of grants are put before the parliament as a part of annual budget in pursuance to Article 113 of the Constitution of India? 98, 96, 104, 109, or none of the above, more than the above. Student, demand of grant is basically demanded from the Consolidated Fund of India, and this is one provision, students, it is depend on the ministry, and it can be multiple in number, or but basically let's suppose there is a ministry, they can ask for one demand of grant, but if they need it, they can go for the multiple time. So these option is not going to be correct, so because the number is not defined here, so more than above, none of the above is going to be the perfect answer for the same, and it is Bihar PSC 2022 question paper. Okay, so I'm going to show you the explanation here. None of the given option is correct, as demand for grant is the form in which the estimate of expenditure from the consolidated fund are made to the Lok Sabha in accordance with Article 113 of the Constitution. In general, one demand for the grant is submitted for each ministry or department, students. However, for large ministries and department, more than one demand is presented. hence there is no fixed number. So it can be multiple. Okay. Sorry. Getting it? Now, special provision regarding the financial bill given under. So as I told you, the money bill under Article 112, financial bill under Article 117, appropriation bill is also there. Okay, 114 and these things. Article 123, as you know, ki ordinance power of president. Okay, so just look at it. Okay, Article 117 is about the financial bill. There is two type of bill, we are going to discuss that also. A special provision regarding the financial bill is given under Article 117 of Indian Constitution. Article 117 of Indian Constitution deals with the financial bill. There are two type of financial bill. It may contain matter mentioned under the Article 110, but does not contain solely those matter. Example, bill containing taxation clauses, but does not deal with the taxation. Okay, financial bill that contain provision regarding the expenditure from the consolidated fund of India, and it does not deal with the matter mentioned under Article 110 of Indian Constitution. So any matter, 114, 112. Okay, so 112 is about the annual financial statement. Okay, getting it, students? So things are easy, you have to take it seriously. Okay, so grant to autonomous tribal area provided by students. For the tribal area, you can say scheduled area or scheduled tribe. So for that purpose, there is a schedule number 5 for all India. Okay, for the scheduled tribal community of Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura and Mizoram, this is mentioned under the 6th schedule of Indian Constitution, and they have a right, they have some special power to declare basically autonomous administrative area and autonomous administrative tribal area, students. So basically the grant is mentioned under Article 275I, because 280 is about the Finance Commission of India, students. Getting it? So it is about the 275I, clause I. So Government of India grant in act provided under Article 275I, clause I of the Indian Constitution for the development of infrastructure in the tribal area. Under this scheme, road, bridges, dams, school buildings, community halls, cultural complexes, rural electrification, etc. can be built. It provides for the payment of such sum as Parliament may by law provide and grant in aid to such state as a Parliament may determine to need assistance. So it is for those states who required, who need basically some grant for their development. Okay, so these grant are to be available of the nature of fund and periodic sum as may be necessary. Getting it? Very simple. Now, in which article provision for superintendence, direction and control to conduct the election to municipalities in the Chhattisgarh? Basically Chhattisgarh municipalities. So for the municipality students, we have a provision. Okay, so for the election of municipalities here, it is mentioned under Article 243 ZA. 248K is different, 241G is not there, means it is not there. It is about the municipalities. So as you know, students, there is a some part number 9 about the panchayat, part number 9A about the municipalities, okay, and part number 9B about the cooperative society. Panchayat was added by 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act. Municipalities was added by 74th Constitutional Amendment Act. Just try to remember CAA. Okay, and cooperative was added by 97th Constitutional Amendment Act. These two was added by 1992 and it was added in year 2011, students. Very important, Panchayat is mentioned under Article 243 to 243O. Municipalities is mentioned under Article 243 P2, 243 ZH. In the same format, ZA is here and automatically option B is going to be correct. Okay, and after ZT to Z, from ZG 243 ZG to 243 ZT is about the cooperative society. Getting it? Simple hai? Just remember. So article 243 ZA is about the this election of the municipalities in every state. Okay. If we talk about article means basically question number 12 of this session, which article of Indian Constitution there is a provision for High Court for Union Territory students? We already discussed about the part of Indian Constitution. If we talk about the Union Territories, so Union Territories mentioned under part 8 of Indian Constitution. We already know. There is a article 239 to 242. Okay. And in between these students, if it is about the High Court of Union Territory, it must belong to these article only. But you see it is mentioned for means the 4 option contain all 4 articles 239, 240, 242, 241. So article 241 is going to be more precise. Basically it is mentioning about the provision of High Courts students. Getting it? Getting it? Very simple. So under article 241 of Indian Constitution contain provision provided for the High Court for Union Territory. It says that Parliament by law constitute a High Court for a Union Territory or declare any court in any such territory to be High Court for all or the purpose of this Constitution students. Okay. I hope you all able to understand. If you feel doubt, just share with me. Now we have the 13th question. Which one of the following article of the Constitution of India says that executive power of every state shall be so exercised as not to impede or prejudice the exercise of the executive power of the Union students? 257, 258, 355 or 356. If you find student, this is not going to be right answer for the same. Why? Because it is connected with the emergency power. Okay. Now 257 and 258, there are 2 option is going to be remain. See, you have to choose option according to the part also. Okay, and you have to be very clear, means you have to reject some option. Okay, and this book contain this explanation in the same format students. So what you find, article 257 is about the same students. So Indian Constitution says that executive power of every state shall be so exercised not to impede or prejudice the exercises of executive power of Union. The executive power of Union shall extended to the giving of such direction to a state as may appear to the government of India to be necessary for that purpose students. Getting it? Simple. Okay. Now the very beautiful question of this chapter students. Now which of the following article of Indian Constitution mention the doctrine of pleasure? What is doctrine of pleasure students? Let's suppose some you are a government officer and some situation arises कि there is a complaint or there is some issue and that is affecting the national security or public interest. At that time, maybe he or she, what she or he claiming is right, but that is creating problem for the national security. So it is your pleasure what you are going to, means it is your power what you are going to do. So this is basically called as doctrine of pleasure, and it is mentioned under article 310 of Indian Constitution. I am just sharing here. So 310 of Indian Constitution mention about the doctrine of pleasure. It is a principle of the common law included in the Constitution of India to protect the interest of civil interest along with the protection of national security and public interest students. Article 310 of the Indian Constitution provides for the tenure of office of persons serving the union or a state students. Okay. Now we have the next question. In provision that no bill imposing tax can be introduced in legislature except on the recommendation of president is covered in the which article of Indian Constitution? So student, as you know, every day I give you a homework. We will discuss about this question in the next class. Okay, so the option is 117, 266, 306 or 307. You have to give the right answer in the comment box, students. I will wait for your answer. And students, as I told you, this book is going to be the part of your preparation. It is going to be the part of your successful journey. So you must go with this book, and this book is available for each and every subject, for Indian history, Indian polity, Indian geography, Indian economy, as well as general science. It is 100% error free, and there is a very detailed explanation. There is a typical question also with the knowledge plus point, PYQ bullets for the revision, free package chapter test also. So go with the book, it will be helpful for you. Thank you so much for joining and listening. We'll meet soon, everyone. Take care. Have a great day. If you feel any doubt and difficulties, we are always open to you. Thank you so much. Take care. Have